and I was nervous. I'm like, oh my God, what is people gonna think?
Yeah.
But then I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna think about that. I enjoy this. I made it with all my love. If people like, then people will like it. And
Yeah.
when you do things from your heart, that is just amazing. And even though right now I'm still I have still a lot of things to learn. There's always that wanting to learn something new. So I used to please everybody because I felt like I needed to. I felt like I needed to. However, I learned throughout the years that I still want to please people, the ones that I love, because I love to see them happy. You know, like you never feel completely ready to start doing something, but sometimes you just need someone to push you and then start doing it. And I don't care if it's 30, 100, or 3. I feel completed with that. I feel like I did my job with that. Like, you know, transmitting that good vibe to people. I feel that that's great. It's about being yourself. Like, don't tell anybody to tell you what to do or what to achieve or not. It's not a small or a big dream. You give it the importance to it. You know, you put the importance. So
Welcome back to the Tool for Rise podcast. I'm going to let the guest take it over.
hola a todos, ¿cómo están? Bienvenidos a 204 Rise. Aquí estamos con unos amigos muy especiales. Muchas gracias. Thank you for inviting me here today.
Of course.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Tool for Rise podcast, where we document the rise, starting with Winnipeg's talent and personalities. This is the first time, thanks for translating.
Yeah.
We have a guest today. Arshdeep, introduce her, and let's get on.
Yeah, let's bring on our guest for today. She's a singer, a vlogger. Please welcome the very awesome Luciana Ruales.
Let's go.
Sorry for butchering that last name.
That's fine.
Welcome. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for inviting me.
We wanted to get right back into. We don't know too much about you.
Yeah.
But we know that you're a singer. We're looking through your social media, explaining like your story. Like, what's your whole story? How'd you get to this moment in time?
Well, I moved here in Canada 3 years ago.
Okay.
It's been a while now. I'm Luciana Ruales.
Yeah.
I sing. I'm very passionate for art, videos, content creator. I really love that. I love to talk in front of a camera. It's one of my favorite things. I think I can be myself. It's one of the things that really passionate me. Yeah, I'm really passionate about. I make music. I'm just about to release a song that you guys probably will see it soon. But it took me a while, you know, like sometimes you want to do things, but then you're like, oh my God, no, I need this. And you put a lot of excuses to do it. But then you're like, you know what? Like, let's do it.
Yeah.
You need to start from somewhere and then it will all open later. So, yeah.
Where did that inspiration start for, in terms of music-wise? Like, were you always that kid that like loved music, or?
Oh my God, yeah, like I seriously, that's what I was talking yesterday to a friend. Like, I've always knew what I wanted. Like, I've always knew that I want music, I want TV, I love acting too. So I've always been like, oh my God, I want to do this since I was a kid. However, now that I'm in university, I feel that I love other things too, like marketing. Like, I really like to talk to people and, you know, but that inspiration for music have always been there. I guess because of my family, because of my surrounders. But yeah, I really felt passionate about music, but I used to sing very bad when I was a kid. Like, really bad. And that's what I tell to many people. If you want something, you can do it. Like, you just need to put the attitude to make it, and then it will all become true. Like, possible, you know? So.
And was there a lot of like musical taste? Like, where's your music stem from? Is it like personal experiences, or are you singing about other experiences?
No, I'm just thinking, you know what? Since I love acting too, I feel like music can be sometimes very real from your own experience, but it can also be acted, you know?
Yeah.
Like, an actor, he acts in a movie, but it doesn't mean that he is the same, you know? He's just acting. So sometimes I do write my lyrics, and then I am like, you know, I'm just acting this, you know? It's not some things that I live, but I can put myself in other people's shoes, and I can write about that. So that's what I love the most about music, that it doesn't have to be only from you, but from other people's experiences.
That's interesting, because a lot of people just kind of use music as their outlet, right? Like, they're going through something, they'll write about it or they'll talk about it. So was there ever a moment where you're like, okay, maybe I could do something else, like not singing? Or was it always just like straightforward, like, yes, singing is my passion?
I used to love well, I still love music a lot and singing, but then I was, oh my God, I want to play the guitar too.
Yeah.
But then I grabbed the guitar and my mom was always, Luciana, close the door, por favor. I'm like, okay. Well, like, the piano, the guitar, the ukulele
Yeah.
were ugly, like it sounded very bad.
Yeah.
And then my mom told me like she would take me to courses, my dad would take me here. I've always wanted to improve that, like, and even though right now I have still a lot of things to learn, there's always that wanting to learn something new. So yeah, I've always wanted the music. It's also a way for me to get out of my comfort zone, right? And it's also a way for me to express myself. So I kind of put myself in two parts, like where I can express myself and I also can express other people's feelings through my music. Yeah.
But releasing a first song, that's got to be exciting. I remember the first time I released a song. It was horrible, but it was super exciting.
Yeah, it was exciting.
You work so hard towards a project and you see it come to life. Are you excited? Are you nervous? Are you what's the feelings going through?
I'm very nervous. Like, but I love my inspiration, like artists. It's Bad Bunny. I don't know if you've heard.
Of course.
I love Bad Bunny. He just released an album, by the way, and I've been listening to it the whole day. But I was just hearing to one of his interviews, and he was like, you know what? When you do things from what you like to do and not try to like other people, like to be liked for other people, it's way better because it's natural, it's authentic. And like my music, I was scared before, like, oh my God, I'm gonna say this and what's people gonna think. I'm gonna release a reggaeton song to dance. It's like a summer song. So I used to be like kind of scared of like what I'm saying in the music. However, like I'm acting. Also, my parents were like, oh, Luciana, why did you write that lyrics? I'm like, you kind of I just wanted to put myself in other people's shoes, like what they like to hear, but also what I like to do. I love reggaeton. So more for people that I actually want them to like it too. It's for me because I love to dance. So I am nervous though.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's totally fine. That's very inspirational. Like doing something for yourself. Like, where did that come from? Like, a lot of people will try to please others and kind of leave parts of themselves out of it. But you put everything yourself. You're truly yourself in that music. So where did that come from?
I'm still learning.
Yeah.
We as humans, we always like to be liked from other people. Like we don't like to be hated by everyone, right? But it's hard to please everyone, right. And like I've learned this through my 18 years, but I'm still learning though, because when I realize like, oh my God, I'm doing this more for other people than me, then I'm like, okay, Luciana, like you need to find a balance between that, because you can't be also selfish, like, oh my God, I'm the only one who matters, because there's people around you that love you, that you love, that you also need to look up for. So it's about finding a balance between my own and the people around me too.
But where do you get that inspiration from? Like to have that kind of insight at 18 years old, we also have to learn too. Like you don't always have to please everyone, but you gotta be just true to yourself. Where was that inspiration from?
I feel like past experience. Like since I was in school, like I would get bullied because I can't see by this eye. I'm completely blind from this. And it was a hard time, I would say, when I was a kid. When I grew up, then I found like, oh my God, this is part of me. I need to accept it. But there are also things that you can accept and also change. I can't change my eye, you need to accept that and embrace it. Like, okay, maybe I don't have an eye, but I have other things. I have the other one at least. There are things, there's always a positive side from everything. So I used to please everybody because I felt like I needed to. I felt like I needed to. However, I learned throughout the years that I still want to please people, the ones that I love, because I love to see them happy. Yeah. Not everyone, though, you can't please everyone. So you need to find that balance, and that inspiration came from my past experience.
Wow, yeah. that is very powerful.
Oh, thank you.
like at such a young age, getting that wisdom of like, hey, there's always something positive in life. How did you get that? It's only 18. You're only 18.
It's hard, but I feel like all our experiences make us who we are today.
Yeah.
And you need to learn from them, because it was either like me crying for my whole life, my God, I don't have an eye. Like, what am I going to do? Which I did. Like, I'm not saying I didn't, and I still do sometimes. Like, it's a everyday bottle. Like I'm every day, like sometimes I wake up, I'm like, oh my god, I'm beautiful. And then the other ones, I'm like, oh my god, my eye is dancing, like you know. But you also need to be like looking for the positive things, you know. And like for example with singing, like I used to sing very horrible. I can show you a video later, but it was very bad. And then I'm like, you know, okay, I like it, I'm gonna put the attitude and then gonna start learning. And even though right now I don't sing the best, I enjoy it and I know myself and I know that I've improved and I put that passion and that discipline that sometimes I'm missing still. But yeah, that
And it's just like a consistent effort, right? Like
yeah,
you just keep
consistent
going.
effort. Yeah.
And how important was like overcoming that barrier? Like that's a very positive outlook to have. And how did you overcome it, and how do you continue fighting with it?
As I said, it's an everyday thing, you know. It's not like you wake up sometimes and you're like, I don't have insecurities anymore, because I still do. Like not only with my eye, it can be with my body. As women, we're always like, oh my god, you know, like this, because of stereotypes that social media have put in us. So we always wake up with an insecurity that we have. But it's like what I've been wondering lately, it's like when I realize what I'm saying to myself, like, oh my god, this pimple or like this eye, I realize that I am saying that to myself and I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna change, you know. I'm gonna say things positively to myself, because we need to be really grateful for our bodies. Like they do everything for us, like, you know. So sometimes when I realize that, it's like, okay, Luciana, let's say really positive things about you. Like don't focus on the bad, but you also kind of want to realize about in order to improve it.
Right.
Yeah.
See, like you see that on social media, like everyone's like posting the highlight of their reel, right? Like everyone's perfect, everyone's trying to be perfect. How does that affect like the everyday person?
You know what? I feel like we all want people to see the perfect. You know, like we don't want people to see when we're crying or when we're like having a problem or like when we're fighting. So, you know, I feel like it can be real sometimes in people's profile, because I post only the best of me, you know? Like I don't want, it's not like I don't want, but what am I gonna add to their lives? So like when I have a problem, when I'm going through something very hard at the moment, I breathe, I take my days off from social media, and then I come back with a message, because just telling them, oh my god, this happened to me today, like what am I adding to them, you know? So I try to heal first and then transmit that to people, because we don't want to, well, at least I'm very positive. I also think that you need to take your time to actually leave your pain, because it's not like, oh my god, okay, this happened and I need to be okay, you know? Like you need to take your time, but you also, as a content creator, I want my audience to feel like they received a message after what I had to go through. So yeah, it's very hard to see all these things on social media, because when you go there, it's everything fine. But it is what it is. It is what it is.
I mean, it's also cool that one thing you mentioned was it's not only for you, like you're also doing it for your audience too. Like you want to give them value. You want them to be a part of this community. Where'd that come from? And you know, some people will get to the top and be like, oh, it's me. I'm the guy. I'm that guy. But why is that different for you?
I don't feel like my audience are my followers. I really do feel them like my family. Like I seriously feel them like they're my friends. Like my friends. I don't feel like, oh my god, my followers. No, they're my friends. And when you're friends with someone, you want the best for them and you want to help them with whatever you can. So like it's the same for me. Like when I'm going through a bad moment, like I try to heal with my closer friends, you know, my family, my boyfriend, he's always there for me. My family is always there for me. So they are always like, okay, you know, let's heal. I'll do this. And I'm a very talkative person. Like whenever I feel bad, I need to say it. I can't just take it with me, you know. But there's people that actually don't talk, and like we all have different ways of express ourselves, you know. So I feel like, sorry, what was your question?
Just like, you know, you just like how are you focused on other people's success, and you want them to also feel valuable?
Right. I'm sorry, guys.
No,
it's morning. It's
morning. Oh my god, it's 8 a.m. I'm not a morning person, but yeah, like that's what I was saying. Like I see my audience as my family, and whenever I feel like social media, it's a place where you can also more than show like, oh my god, look where I am, look where I have. It's help other people to grow, because social media can be very toxic if you use it as a toxic tool, you know, but it can be very, very helpful if we learn how to use it to share our messages, like our daily experiences and also what we felt.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's like teaching people through your own experiences. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So where was that switch in terms of like, you're like, okay, maybe I can take my story and help other people with it and grow that social media platform?
Well, I will change the subject here a bit. My YouTube channel, it took me 2 years to actually start.
Yeah.
Like, I was 14 since I was wanting to, like, oh my God, I want to start, you know, like I want to create content on YouTube. It took me a long time because I needed to be healed first, you know, like more than heal, it was like prepare for it. However, this past like 3 months when I started, I didn't feel ready still. You know, like you never feel completely ready to start doing something, but sometimes you just need someone to push you and then start doing it.
Right.
But at the time, I didn't feel ready because, you know, social media is a very big tool. Like you need to work it with very carefully because you don't know how many people are going to see you through the screen, you know? So it took me a while to actually realize, you know what, I am going to start. But yeah, like I first need to heal. I first need to prepare myself to actually do something in order to give quality content. Yeah? Yeah.
Why did you start? Like, what was the inspiration behind that? Was there people you looked up to?
Yeah, it was my boyfriend,
Okay.
David. He inspired me to do YouTube. I was sometimes, you know, like, and I said, we were talking before, like, I don't know what people was going to think. I was like, well, she's going to think she's a YouTuber, you know, but you need to start somewhere.
Yeah.
You're not born walking, right? Like you have to go step through step to actually get there. So he inspired me. He inspired me to post covers again, like to post my last cover. So I feel that very interesting because people around you have a lot of power. Like more people that you love, they have a lot of power on you, and that's why you need to learn who to surround yourself around.
Yeah, that's the toughest part because people, like, you'll think that people have the best interest for you, but sometimes that's not the case, right? So
Yeah.
where did you learn that? Was there never experience where like,
No, my experience.
Yeah.
Definitely my experience. Like, I don't think I've had terrible friends, but you know, there are friends that sometimes are in your life for a term.
yeah,
I would never regret meeting someone. Like they've taught me what I am today.
right.
Everybody. So I don't feel there's like, oh my, waste of time. There's just time learned. So I do not regret any of my past friendships, my past relationships. Like I'm grateful for all of it because that's what they've created.
Yeah.
Like this is what I am now, you know? I've learned from it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And you said it took you 2 years to start. But what was it like when you actually started? Well, the first video, what was it like?
I was very excited to record the first video. Like, as you know, I love to talk. It's easier for me in Spanish, but I enjoy talking. So it was something that was stopping me. It's like, oh my God, I don't have the lights. I don't have the camera. I don't have this. I don't have that.
Sure.
But then I'm like, you know what? Like, okay, I don't have that, but I have a phone, you know,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
and I have a ring light. Like, I might not have this beautiful set that you guys have, but you know, I have tools to start it.
Yeah.
So, you know, you have to start from somewhere to actually then grow, you know? So, like, I bought a camera when I went to New York for a summer, and I'm like, you know what? Like, I already got a camera. I'm going to start recording something. And one day I just turned the camera. Like, of course, I prepared myself before. And then I just started to talk about a blog. I went to New York. I did a blog. People love to see that. I love to see that too. So I just started to record and I was nervous. I'm like, oh my God, what is people going to think?
Yeah.
But then I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to think about that. I enjoy this. I made it with all my love. If people like, then people will like it. And
Yeah.
when you do things from your heart, that is just amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was that like walking in the streets of New York with a camera?
Yeah, it was like when I'm out with my mom or my parents, they're like, oh my God, Luciana. Hola todos, ¿cómo están? Bienvenidos a novia. And then like, oh my God, Luciana. But I actually enjoy that. Like, I don't find it embarrassing. Like at the beginning, of course, like I was like, oh my God, give it a win. But now it's like, you know, I'm expressing myself.
Right.
yeah, I'm creating content for my family, for my friends.
It's probably more accepted maybe in New York because there's a lot of people walking around.
Yeah.
Whereas here, if you're walking downtown with a camera,
Oh.
people are gonna
Yeah,
be like,
I know.
separate. But hey, you're doing something you love, right? And in the end, it's you're
Yeah.
creating a content that is
Yeah.
gonna be there forever.
Yeah,
Right.
but I lived in Ecuador though. Having a cell phone anywhere there,
Yeah.
not cell
Yeah.
phone anymore. So
Yeah.
it's very dangerous back there.
Talk
yeah.
about living in Ecuador. What was that like? How was your
It's a beautiful country, you know.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful, beautiful country. Beautiful people in Ecuador. Ecuador, vamos un
Let's go.
aplauso.
Yes.
shout out the Ecuadors?
Ecuador.
Let's go.
No, but Ecuador, it's beautiful. The weather, it's beautiful.
course.
Let's say
Yeah,
that.
South America.
The weather, it's beautiful. However, it's very dangerous.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I feel like Canada, it's a very safe place. And when I came here, they were like, yeah, Winnipeg, it's the second most dangerous country in a city in all Canada.
Yeah.
You're like,
I'm like,
I've been there.
Nice.
yeah, no.
We'll see. We'll see.
No, it's not. But it's a beautiful country. Ecuador, I love Ecuador. I love the food. I love the people there, the vibe. But yeah, it's, you know, you have your own reasons to come here. And
Right.
I'm actually very grateful with Ecuador. I want to go back there so badly. But yeah, that's.
So, what was that transition like? Right, like beautiful weather to minus 40 degrees.
Well, it was very hard.
Yeah.
It was really hard to get used to it. But in the first winter, it was so cold, like minus 50. Like it was to the lowest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I had fun, you know, because it's not about the weather. It's not about where you are. It's with who you are.
Who you are? Yeah.
So I had the blessing to come here with my family, with my sister, my brother, my dad, and my mom. And, you know, I feel that that love, that, you know, that, ¿cómo digo? Familia, the
Yeah.
family, you know. And it was amazing because I felt supported. And the fact, one of the things that we moved here, it's because I wanted to study art in the university.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of support with art, with
Yeah.
music. So it's very hard for artists. Like, I really admire artists there because they fight very hard for their music, for
Yeah.
their art. Like, there are a lot of very good bands, very good singers. So I really admire. However, they don't get the, you know, that reconocimiento. I don't know how to say that
Recognition?
word. Recognition, yeah,
Yeah.
the recognition that they
Wow.
Yeah, you understand
Let's
Spanish.
go.
Yeah,
Let's go.
exactly.
Give it up.
Little
Yeah.
words.
No, that recognition that they
Yeah.
deserve, you
Yeah.
know, that they, yeah. So I moved here because of the university. I told my parents I want to study music, and they were like, are you going to live with us for your whole life?
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
that's
no.
what they
Yeah.
have in their minds when you're living there.
Right.
So we decided to move here. And yeah, it's beautiful. I don't regret moving to Canada at all. I love Ecuador, but I love Canada. I
Yeah.
love. Yeah.
Difficult question. But if you had to pick a place to live for the rest of your life, it doesn't even have to be Ecuador or Canada. Where would you like to?
Oh my God.
There's so many.
Hawaii.
Yes.
That's
No.
cool. That's where I want to go.
That's
Yeah,
where we
or
wanna
maybe
go?
Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
It's so I don't know. There's a lot of places that I would want to leave, but
Access.
Canada, I love Canada.
Yeah.
Of course.
So you're a true believer in putting in the work, and like you said, right? I wasn't the best singer, but I was willing to work for it and put in the effort to hopefully get better. So
Yeah.
what was that process like? Where did you get that?
Well, I don't know where I get that from.
Yeah.
Maybe my mom
Yeah.
and my dad too. I've always like felt like, you know, I'm not good here, you know, but I can be good, you know,
Right.
and that's what I always try to tell people. Like, maybe you're not born with the talent, but you got the attitude. Like, you
Yeah.
get that start point where you can be like, okay, do I start? Can I improve? You know, but there are things that you might not be good at and you want to improve, or things that you are not good at and you don't want to be good at. Like, I'm terrible at drawing. Yeah. I would like to be good, but it's not my, oh my God, I want it. However, it was for music. Like, I needed to be, I needed to improve. So I started to take courses. I was in the conservatory in Ecuador. So it was a very nice experience, very nice process. And it actually took a lot of effort to put it there.
How long did it take you to get comfortable and like, okay, now I'm actually pretty good? And now
I'm still not comfortable.
Sure.
Too comfortable. However, I do recognize, I give that recognition to myself to be like, you know, Luciana, you might not be the best, but you put the effort, and you can put more effort. because sometimes we just keep pushing ourselves too much to the point that we talk bad to ourselves, like, oh my god, Luciana, you blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah. Like, and like sometimes it's like, okay, thanks, because, and I need to thank myself too, because it's like, okay, you put the effort, you should give the recognition to yourself, like you should be thankful to yourself and not stop there, but also stop for a second, say thank you, enjoy it, and then keep going too. Yeah.
What was there ever a moment you were like, this is not it, this will not happen, I can't do music, like?
A lot of times.
Yeah.
A lot of times. Because as, like, I'm not saying I'm an artist, but as an artist, or like a beginner, I feel like for me, sometimes I wanted to stop. Like right now, I'm not posting YouTube videos anymore because, well, I am gonna be back soon, but I stopped because, sometimes you gotta put that stop sometimes. Like, I don't want to share content that, like, oh my god, guys, this. I want to give good content to my family, to my friends, So like, I rather be like healing for a bit, and I've lost a lot of followers, and I would, like, if you asked the Luciana back then, I would be like, oh my god, I lost 200 followers, like blah 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 this. Now I'm like, you know what, I lost that amount of followers, but the real ones are staying there, because I don't want to be like just sharing whatever at any time because they need to see content,
Right.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta be constant. Yeah, consistent. Yeah, in Spanish es constante, so I'm sorry. Consistency. Yeah, consistent. Okay, yeah, so but yeah, you kind of know yourself, your boundaries. Sometimes you need to push more. It's not like, oh my god, okay, I know my boundaries. No, you need to push yourself more too, but yeah, I feel like it's a balance.
Yeah, of course. And especially like when you're beginning, like we found it too, is like you have to be that consistent because social media is that attention. Like if you lose the attention, then you see people drop off, right?
Yeah.
What about that side of social media? Like, do you ever feel that like you have to post?
I had felt that way.
Yeah.
I have felt that way where I was like, oh my god, I need to post, but I'm not feeling well, and I would post still. And I saw that like it didn't get that much engagement. And then I would feel bad. I'm like, oh my god, why? Yeah. But now when I feel very good, I post, the engagement is like, okay, people enjoy seeing me, because when you're okay, you transmit that.
Yeah.
When you're not, how are you going to transmit that, And lately I feel very productive, and we all have, well, I've had that, that time where I feel very not productive at all. I'm like, oh my god, why, But sometimes you also got to live through that. And lately, I'm like, with university, with work, with videos, with covers, with all of this, with my music, I feel like, okay, I need to organize my time. So I'm that type of person that when I feel like something is going wrong, I want to improve it. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm sad. Let's stand up and let's get to work, let's go do something. However, sometimes it's good to leave that sadness, because you can't just force yourself, like, be okay. Yeah. So it's a process. It's a balance, as I said. Like, I can't be sad all the time, but I can't be like, oh my god, let's be okay all the time. Yeah. It's okay to be okay.
Yeah, it's about those small victories. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so where was that, what is that balance like between being a singer, a student, and also like
work?
Just work. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually a music tutor.
Oh, okay.
So I really enjoy my job.
Yeah.
I really love teaching kids. So I feel like my job, it's kind of like a way for me to distress. So I love my job. I love the career that I'm studying too. So it's very important. That's why I always tell people, like, do what you love, because if you do not, then you will keep doing things for the rest of your life that don't like. Yeah. And then it will be like stressing you, like headaches, like depression, like anxiety, all of it. I'm not saying that if you do the things that you like, you're not going to get that. We're people, we're human, we're still going to get those things. Sure. However, you need to find a way to get out of that place, And like, I really love what I do. It is tiring sometimes, but you need to find the balance, of like, I love doing this, but I'm also going to take a rest, and I'm going to do the things that I like, watching Netflix,
Yeah. What's like the end goal for you? Like when like you in the grind stage, when are you gonna be like, I've made it?
What do you mean? Sorry.
What is like the end goal? Like, do you want to be selling out stadiums? Do you want to be performing next to Bad Bunny on the?
Oh, Bad Bunny. I would love to perform with Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny, if you're looking this, I love you. Te amo, Benito.
Yeah, come on the show, Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny, come on. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Well, you know, before and when I was a kid, I told my dad, like, I want to be Justin Bieber.
Yes.
And my dad was
Me
like,
too.
are you serious? Like, then I realized it's not about the fame. Like, there's famous people and there's artists.
Sure.
You know, and there are artists that are famous though. My point is not to sell a whole stadium. However, if it happens, I'm not gonna be, oh my god, I don't want to do it, you know. But my whole point of this, it's, you know, do what I like and transmit that to other people. I don't care if it's 1 or 2 or 3 people. When I post stories about my messages, there are sometimes that text me like 30 people saying, oh my god, thank you, I needed to hear that. And there are sometimes that takes me like 3, 4 people saying I needed to hear that. And I don't care if it's 30, 100 or 3. I feel completed with that. I feel like I did my job with that. Like, you know, transmitting that good vibe to people. I feel that that's great. And like, as you said, that recognition, like, followers, a lot of tickets sold. It's just a result of what you do. You know, I can't be just selling that if I don't do anything, you know, like it's a hard work that you need to put the work in and then you'll see the results, you know.
So what was that feeling like just checking your numbers or like what 85,000 followers? Like to the average person, that's a lot of followers. Like if they walked in this room right now, it would be packed. A lot of people.
Oh yeah. Well, I started with like 500 followers. Like,
I'll start somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, you all start somewhere, yeah. Like,
exactly.
and people who are starting right now with 100 followers, keep going. Like, keep going. Don't stop. Like 2 years ago, I had 16,000. Like, you know, it's been a lot of things that made me grow too. Personal experiences. So it's. I would say it's hard, but it is a bit difficult to process that, you know, that a lot of people it's looking at you, a lot of people it's gonna judge you because people judge. People think they have the right to be like, oh my god, why are you wearing that, why are you wearing this, why are you doing this, you know. But if you're a public figure, you need to be aware of that's gonna happen. Like, you know, I need to prepare myself and take it as a good side. You know, like I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, they told me about this, they told me about that. Like, you know, okay, they told me about that, but I'm going to take the good side about it and I'll be like, okay, what can I do with that? You know? Yeah.
Nice. Have you experienced any of the like negative side of social media?
Yeah, I have. Yeah. Not a lot though. Not a lot, but I have. Yeah. In my YouTube videos, there's one guy that's always like, she's trying to be famous. I'm like, well, no, I'm just sharing what I like. Like, you know, those kind of comments that are like, I feel like damage. Well, I wouldn't say damage, but people that are in pain, that's what they transmit.
Exactly.
You know, like rotten fruit, a rotten apple. What you put it there with rotten other apples, they make it rotten. Is it right? Rotten.
Right.
Okay.
Rotten.
So it's the same with people. Like if you're not okay, that's what you're gonna transmit to people.
Exactly.
So I feel like when you're okay, that's what you transmit. I would never go and comment something on like other people media to make them feel bad. Maybe to grow, yes, but you also need to weigh the way that you're saying it and to whom. Because like if it's my like something close to me, then I will be like, you know what, you can change this, like I will give you some advice or something, or in my personal like what I think about it. But if it's people that you really don't need to say it, then don't say it. Like you need to be very careful because you don't know what people's going through. They might be struggling with a lot of things on their lives and you go and say it, oh my god, those shorts que horrible, you know. Like why would you say that? Like I already struggle with this and I'm actually overcoming, and then you come and say this, you know. And not a lot of people take it as some others. Like I do take it like, okay, my legs are like this, but I like it, I enjoy it, I'm not gonna change it because you tell me. But other people can feel like, oh my god, Dios mío, I'm like, my legs, you know, and can take it other way. So you need to be very careful about other people's body, about other people's life. You can't touch that.
That's very powerful. Where did you develop that? Like just being very positive, aware of other people. Like, was that through your, obviously through your own experiences, but was there ever a moment like, oh man, today is not the day, but I'm going to help that person, you know?
My mom taught me that.
Yeah.
My mom, I remember one day, I went to a store, like a little store in Ecuador. Like it was a supermarket, very very small, like very humble. And I went there, and this guy was treating me so bad. Like, what do you want?
Yeah.
Here, toma, toma, ¿qué quiere? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh my god, he's so rude. And then I went to the car. I'm like, Mom, this guy is so rude. Like,
Yeah.
why would he treat me like that? I'm so pissed. Then my mom was like, Luciana, you don't know what the other person's going through. Like,
Yeah.
he might be standing there for like 18 hours. You don't know what happened to him. So then when she told me that, I'm like, you know what? It's true. Like, I had a good day. I'm with my mom. I went to the supermarket to get my favorite sweet, but you don't know what that person is going through. So like, I've learned that touched me very very hard. So
Yeah.
I started from there. Like, there might not be a lot of good things in your day, but there's always something good in your day, you
Yeah.
know?
Exactly.
So you need to see that at the end, like, and that's what I do when I'm having a rough day, because not like I'm positive, I never have bad days. I'm also very negative sometimes. I'm like, oh my God, this and this and this. But, at the end of the day, it's like, okay, I had a lot of negative things. I'm going to sit and be like, okay, what are the positive things? And that's why I have people on my surrounders that remind me that. Like my family, my boyfriend, it's always like when I have a rough day, he's like, okay, Lou, but stop and see all the good things. Like Bad Bunny's album, it's here, so
Yeah.
those things, that it's very, very important, the people that you surround yourself with.
Who and what are some of like your inspirations? Like, who do you look up to? It could be even your own family members. Like who
My uncle,
inspires you? Yeah.
my uncle,
And why?
Efrain, he passed away, but
Sorry to
he
hear
was an actor. Thanks. He was an actor, a TV show presenter. Is
Okay.
that right? Yeah. He inspires me a lot, and he still does because of his effort. Like I've seen him grow so much. And yeah, he inspires me every day, that, and he shows me that no matter what you do, you can always do more and you can always improve. And if you put your passion, your heart on it, you will do it. So yeah, he inspires me a lot. Bad Bunny too. Bad Bunny inspires me a lot. When I look up for an artist, it's like I don't only look up for their work. I look for what they are as people, that's very important for me, the quality of human being that you are. So I love Bad Bunny. I love their a lot of people judges me on my Instagram, bad comments from that. It's like, oh my God, you talk about positivity and like God and whatever those things, and you listen to Bad Bunny. I'm like, it's like none of that relates me
Sure, yeah.
with it. I love Bad Bunny, but that doesn't mean that he, as I said, he doesn't do, well, I don't know, but what he was saying, it's like, I don't do most of the things that I say that I do in my songs because it's about acting too,
Yeah,
and sometimes he does, sometimes he's very real with his songs. So like, that's where I look up to my uncle, Bad Bunny, another artist, Camilo. Yeah, they inspire me a lot.
So with your music coming out, what do you want people to feel when they listen to your song, or what do you want the message to be when they hear your art? They want to view your art.
Well, first, I want them to dance.
Sorry.
When they listen to my songs, I want them to stand up and dance.
Yeah.
But also to feel that they can be themselves. Like,
Yeah.
you know what? I want to be myself. Like, I don't want to do what they tell me to do, And I was hearing to Bad Bunny's song. He was saying, if I was a police, I would dress as a fireman.
Yeah.
I'm like thinking about it, but like, it's about being yourself. Like, don't tell anybody to tell you what to do or what to achieve or not. And I went to his concert, and what really touched me was that he said, there's not a small or a big dream.
Yeah.
You give it the importance to it. You put the importance. So it's very powerful. Their words on society, like as an artist, as a public figure, you need to be very careful with what you said, because there's a lot of people seeing you that it might touch them.
Yeah.
What I don't, however much information you can give, but what is your song about? Or do you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Can you say?
okay, this song is reggaeton, like not very nice things. But it's something to dance. I have my own songs about what I'm feeling.
Sure.
In fact, the first song that I wrote, it was for my grandpa when he passed away. and I was feeling very. It came very naturally. Like I just wrote it and I loved it. But this song, it's more commercial. This song, I won't say like, oh my God, it's what I feel. It's this. No, it's very sexy. It's very like just to dance. Okay. So yeah. Nice.
Is it like hips don't lie?
Yeah. Like that.
Can we get a performance? Is that possible?
You should have told me. I would have brought my ukulele.
Oh, you have a guitar?
Oh wow.
Can we do it?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Okay.
We'll be back after this short break.
Okay, guys, so this is a song. This is Quiero. It's by me and Oji Koi, which is my friend. He's from República Dominicana, Dominican Republic. So I'm gonna play it just for a bit, a sneak peek. This is the chorus, so you gotta learn it. Quiero ser lo único en tu mente, papi, aquí yo soy presente y yo quiero complacerte eternamente, que te quedes para siempre. Quiero que me digas que sin mí tú no podrías, que al oído por la noche me susurre groserías, papi, quiero que la cama esté caliente, ay, qué rico que se siente. Let's go. So yeah, it will come soon, very soon, but...
That's beautiful.
Just like that. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching.
All right. On that note, I think this is the perfect way to end off the podcast. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Make sure to check out Luciana. We'll tag everything in the description below. We're live every Tuesday morning at 11:30 a.m. on the UMFM radio station, as well as on all streaming platforms. Until next time, peace.
Bye bye, chao. Que tenga una linda tarde.
Bye, guys.